Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to another series preview here on Chasing the Monster. This is series preview number 4. Do I have that right?
Yes, sir.
There we go. I'm your host, David Karras. Alongside me, my co-host, or I shouldn't say co-host. We're both hosts here. My host, other host, Luis Gomez. Luis, how are you doing today?
Doing great. We're doing amazing. It's been a really good weekend. At least our last 6 days. It's been amazing and an amazing experience. I mean, you could probably tell from your own experience. It felt different in opening day, but I haven't felt like this in so long, so positive about the Red Sox. It hasn't felt like this. And I feel like everything was better than this. You got me?
Right. I mean, how crazy things can change in the course of an MLB season. We went from 1-4 to 6-4. We won five in a row. We got a ton of momentum. This is probably the most fun. We were just talking before we came on and recorded here. This is the most fun I think either of us have had watching the Red Sox in almost 4 years now since that magical 2021 season. Um, just what a great series against the Cardinals. I'm very glad that I was wrong, and I think we're both glad that we were wrong in our
Yeah.
predictions. It ended up being a sweep. The Red Sox scored 30, I think they 36 runs over the course of 3 games, so an average of 12 games across
Yeah.
each game. And um, the pitching was not necessarily nothing to ride home about as a whole, but we did get some good performances. We'll talk about Hunter Dobbins a little bit. He obviously gave us 5 innings, which we needed in the doubleheader last night. So yeah, I mean, just a lot of good things here from this series. A lot of fun baseball being played. I'll just take a few minutes now to talk about my experience at the home opener. So I was at the home opener on Friday, went in, sat down. There's actually something very funny that happened. I haven't even told you this, Lewis, where me and my cousins were in row 12 when our seats were in row 11. And then the people who were sitting in our seats in row 11 were supposed to be sitting in row 10. And then the people who were supposed to be sitting in row 10 had people in their seats who were sitting in row 9. So I
Wow.
missed part of the opening ceremonies because all of us were trying to figure out what row we were supposed to be in. So it was 4 groups of people just trying to figure out where to sit. So that was pretty funny. Uh, Other than that, I'm not going to lie. I couldn't really pay attention too much to the opening ceremonies because I didn't really know what was going on based on my view of the seating. It was hard for me to see what was going on the field. Obviously, they honored the 1975 team, which I thought they did a great job with that. But everything they played on the Jumbotron, I could not see that at all because my Jumbotron view was blocked by a huge pole. So, I mean, they did a good job with that stuff, I'm sure. I missed the flyover too of all the jets that fly over the stadium for opening day, so that was tough too. I couldn't see that, but what I did get to see was an amazing baseball game. We won 13-9, a ton of offense. That was my cousin's second game that they've been to, only their second baseball game they've ever gone to, and I thought that was a great, I'll call it second impression with all the
Yeah.
offense, a lot of action. I nearly lost my voice screaming when Trevor Story and Willie Abreu went back to back in that first inning. We had
Yeah.
five
How
runs.
that felt?
That was crazy. And it's just like, you're happy. Obviously, your favorite team is scoring runs and like, getting off to an early lead. But those are the two guys I just was so happy for individually. Because I mean, you know this as much as me. Trevor Story has not had a fun time playing for the Red Sox so far. This has not gone how any of us have expected when
Yeah.
we signed with us in 2022. So just to see him be healthy and see him playing well so far this season was awesome. And like you could tell how fired up he was after he hit that home run of the monster. And then they're all celebrating in the dugout. And then right after that, Willie Abreu goes deep. And me and
Yeah.
my
Very
cousin,
next pitch.
right, the very next pitch.
Yeah.
And
That was.
me and my cousins didn't think that that ball, we like, we thought, okay, maybe it'll drop. Maybe Willier can get double out of it. At worst, it'll be a long fly out. And then it carries into the bullpen. We're like, oh my God, did they really just go back to back? And I just started screaming. I lost my voice. And
I was
yeah,
so mad that I wasn't there. I was so mad that I wasn't there. I couldn't imagine that.
we got to get you to a game at some point this year.
Yeah, yeah.
The crowd was bringing it.
Was it
Uh,
loud? Very loud.
very loud. Sweet Caroline, when they sang Sweet Caroline in the eighth inning, that was the loudest I've heard it in years. The fans were bringing it, and
I could
you know,
imagine. It's like, it's
they,
opening day. They did more additions. You get me? They signed Bregman, Crochet, Walker Bueller. You get me? They actually spend, and you could actually go to Fenway Park, like, happy, and you could count on winning.
right.
Yeah.
And it was just an all around great day. Obviously, wish we had a better pitching performance out of the guys like Walker Bueller. But all that matters is that we won. That was only the second time under Alex Cora that the Red Sox have won their home opener. So, I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, that's been the big storyline for the Sox in 23 and 24 was not playing well at home. And the Red Sox started off the season 3-0 at home. We got to protect Fenway Park, and that's what we did. Um,
Yeah,
so
they're
just an
looking
all
really
around
comfortable playing at home, and you should definitely play comfortable at your home when you're in your home ballpark, especially better than the away team. But yeah, even fielding, that like Jaron Duran did a pretty good job fielding. Like, yeah, last night he did a play that really catch my attention, and only a veteran could do that. Only someone that has played in Fenway Park could do that, and that really helped our pitcher because they hit the ball to left field. That was in the first game. They hit the ball to left field. It hit the monster, but instead of the players going to second and third, they only stood at second and first because Jaron Duran, he kind of knew it was going to hit the wall, but he make it look like he was going to catch it, and then he looked back and grabbed the ball and threw it to second, and that really helped us as well because the first game we won by walk off, so I was like, damn, that was really a nice play. That's cool, and that could end up saving the game for us. And there you go. We walked that off 5-4. Yeah, that's something that I really paid attention. I was like, wow, that was really smart.
So an all-around great series by the Red Sox against the Cardinals to open up the year at home in 2025. And another quick shout out to the face of the franchise on the Red Sox, Rafael Devers, shutting up the haters in these last three games, getting 6 of his 8 RBIs against the Cardinals in this home opening series. His
They're not
batting,
talking anymore.
they're not talking anymore. His batting average is up over 260. He hit his first homer last night. He had 3 RBIs last night. And that was just an epic way for the Sox to end the series, winning 18-7 last night. A ton of offense. And then shout out to a guy like Hunter Dobbins, like we just talked about, giving us 5 innings on a doubleheader, only giving up 2 runs, and you know, relieving the stress of our bullpen arms because we're obviously going to need our bullpen arms all year. And any chance we can get them to get a little bit of relief, pun intended, it's definitely appreciated.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? After the second game last night, Devers has a better batting average than Juan Soto, and Devers has two more base hits than Soto, even though and two more walks than Soto. So it's crazy because Devers started really cold. Like for his first 4 games, it was really terrible. And then after he got his first base hit, he's on fire. Like you could tell mechanically he's getting there. You get me? He's there. Like that's the Devers that we know. But it's crazy that like everything's switching off so quick. And now the people that were hating on him, like that the Red Sox ruined his career, should have never done that, blah blah blah. And there you go. It's like it never happened.
What are your thoughts on the Red Sox new home run celebration this year?
Not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, I was trying to story hitting that first home run. And I'm like I'm watching TV, and I'm like, what is this? What's going on? Like I'm like so hyped up, and I see like that mask. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, I see like the whole mask, and I only see like Trevor Story's like eyes, and I'm like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I was never gonna expect that. I will tell you that right now.
Me neither.
I was like, even my dad was next to me. He's like, what? He thought like actually why like the costume. They had like the costume on because they were like showing like the from chest up, and he was like, my dad was confused at some point. And he was like, what's going on? But yeah, they thought Wally was in the dugout, like celebrating. Yeah, but it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie with you, and I actually like it because look, it's bringing luck. You got me. It's bringing luck, and we should definitely keep it rolling, and let's keep doing it because I like it. It's bringing luck, and let's keep doing the same thing over again.
Yeah, the Red Sox always know how to bring it with these home run celebrations. I won't lie. My favorite one of all time still is the one we used in 21 and 22 with the laundry cart. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
obviously, out of respect for Kevin Plawecki, we had to retire it when he was released from the team in 22. But I didn't get to see it live, of course, at the game. But my friend texted me if I saw the celebration. Then he sent me a picture of it, and I just started laughing so hard because, like, again, like you, Lewis, I would have never thought in a million years that that would be a celebration. But I just think that thing is so hilarious. It's so gimmicky. It's cheesy. It's corny, but I love it. And
Oh, yeah, it's
yeah,
fun. It's fun. And you could tell everybody is like having fun. So at the end of the day, it's a game. And the more you could see it as a game, the better ball player you could be. Because sometimes it is a game, and you have to have fun. But if you take things too seriously, it could end up affecting you mentally.
So the next thing I wanted to talk about before we get into this upcoming series against the Blue Jays is the Red Sox actually made a somewhat significant trade today, just a couple hours ago, where we traded pitching prospect Quinn Priester, who we acquired at last year's trade deadline, to the Milwaukee Brewers for minor league outfielder Yoferi Rodriguez, a competitive balanced round A pick in the 2025 MLB draft. So this pick, from what I hear, is going to be somewhere in the 30s, so a higher pick. The Red Sox are also getting a player to be named later and cash considerations. So quite the haul for a guy like Priester, who only played in the majors with us a little bit at the end of last season when the season was
You
pretty
only
much over.
pitch one game. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Because for me, I was excited to see what Priester could do at the major league level. I'm not going to lie, but I absolutely have no problems with this trade because the Red Sox are in a much different position now than they were at the end of last season, where we have a ton of pitching depth.
Yeah.
And Barry Rodriguez is only 19 years old, and he was the number 7 prospect in the Brewers farm system. So I think this trade is great for the Red Sox, and I can't believe we got this haul for a prospect.
I'm not gonna lie with you. Last night, I was actually shocked that they called Hunter Dubbits. I was actually shocked because why I was like, why call him? Why didn't they call up Quinn Priester and Prinster? Like, why? Why? It didn't make sense, but now it makes sense why. But I'm not gonna lie with you. He's such. I at first after this year, I realized that we had a lot of pitching depth, and I wonder what's gonna happen to him if he was gonna be a reliever or what they're gonna turn him into. But I saw that their plan was still like to be a starting pitcher. But with Brian Bayo coming up soon and Lucas Giolito, and last night they called Hunter Davids to the big leagues instead of him. So I was like actually a little weird, like a little thinking about him because it didn't make sense for me at that moment, but then now it does. But when I actually like this trade, I really do. 'Cause he's not, we don't need him right now. He's just gonna be pitching in AAA, and we don't need him. It is good like for us to get the cash and the prospects. I mean, to keep building up the farm system, you get me? Because we traded a lot for Garrett Crochet. You know what I mean? Keep building. We gotta keep adding to the farm system, good players, and Roman Anthony is gonna be called up pretty soon if he keeps hitting like that. So you gotta keep building up. I like the trade. Instead of keeping him there, we think about the future, and that's something that I think that was a really smart move by the Red Sox. Pretty smart move for someone that only pitched one game for the rest in the major leagues for the Red Sox. I think we got plenty. I think we're winning this trade because we don't even need him at the end of the day. You get me? And I think we had a lot of cash and two prospects. I mean, I think that's good enough.
And something else I forgot to mention from the prior series, I apologize, is well, we kind of talked about him. Wilyer Abreu just continues to be one of the best players in all of baseball. I believe top, he's either in first or top three in a ton of hitting related analytics. My question for you is, do you think the Red Sox should now turn their focuses to trying to extend Wilyer Abreu? Or do you think there's still a chance that, and I hate even bringing this up, that Wilyer Abreu is the odd man out and that he may end up being traded or forced out once Roman Anthony comes into the picture?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie with you. If he keeps hitting like how he is right now, I don't think
Have to keep him in
Roman
the lineup.
Anthony is gonna be called up anytime soon. I don't think so. Because and you should leave him where if he keeps playing like this, they're not gonna touch him. They're gonna leave him there, and that's his position. But the thing is that for a contract extension, I think is a little bit. We're gonna have to wait for that. If this is the true Will you Abreu, and this is not just a hot, this is if this is just not a hot start for him, and he keeps playing consistently like how he is right now, then you should consider extending him. You should, because he is a young player. He is really young. He's not like a 30-year-old man. You get me? And if he keeps playing like that, we should definitely consider it. He has an amazing glove. I mean, you saw that play last night. He apparently that throw was 109. That throw was off his hands 109 mile per hour.
Right.
And he
Very.
won Gold Glove last year as well. And he just keeps adding to his defense. He keeps adding like good stuff to his defense, and now his hitting is he's one of the best hitters offensively in the major leagues right now. And it's not only for the Red Sox. So we should keep seeing him. Just let's see how if slumps are gonna happen. Hopefully he doesn't go through one, but if it does, let's see how he plays after, how he handles it. If he doesn't go all the way down, you get me? Or if he finds out how to like figure it out. But I feel like with this team that the Red Sox have, you know, with Devers, with Jaren Durant, with you Abreu, and Christian Campbell. I feel like we're like in a good spot. That I feel that we're in a good Trevor Story also. I feel like they're gonna seeing Alex Bregman perform really good. Trevor Story, Devers. You will want to perform good as well. And I feel like that's a motivation to keep like doing it. You get me? Because they're on fire right now. They're on fire. So, last year it was only like Jarrett and Devers. Now that's is way more players. I feel like that's a motivation, and they're gonna figure it out. Especially having two veterans, like three veterans, like Story, Devers, and Bregman. That also helps. But hopefully, if he keeps playing like this, there's definitely gonna be extension talks. Definitely.
Now we'll shift gears to this upcoming series against the Blue Jays. The Red Sox have a 4 game set coming up against Toronto starting tonight at 6:45. Tuesday and Wednesday's games are also at 6:45 Eastern time, and then we wrap up the series Thursday afternoon at 4:10 p.m.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are 6-4, as we said so far this season. Second place in the AL East, winners of 5 in a row. The Blue Jays, again, it's early in the season, but they are trending in the other direction. They're 5-5, third place in the AL East, but they have lost 3 in a row. For those of us that don't know a lot about the Blue Jays, can you give us some strengths and weaknesses of this Toronto team?
They they have a good ball club, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like they could be better. They're not there yet, but offensively, I feel like they haven't figured it out yet. Like, but they're a pretty good ball team. Where Guerrero Jr. batting 333, no home runs yet, but he's batting. They have a pretty good team. Anthony Santander, Bo Bichette. But let's see. Let's see, because they've been losing. They're like in the 3 game losing streak right now, like you said. Let's see how they. Hopefully, they keep struggling how they are recently, and we could take advantage of that and keep winning ball games. But if we give them like a little bit of, if we let them start like a rally, they could like hurt us. If we give them, if we walk them, they could like hurt us. So right now, because they're struggling, we should definitely pitch to them and not give them free bases by walking them or errors, playing good defense. And I feel like if we could play good defense and not let them walk hitters, then we're gonna be fine. Not walk them, we're gonna be fine.
Now let's go through each of the pitching matchups in the series. So in the opener tonight, it's going to be Easton Lucas, the left-hander for Toronto, versus Richard Fitts for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Lucas is 1-0 this year, no runs given up with 3 strikeouts. Fitts is 0-1 with a 4.50 ERA and 4 strikeouts. Um, Tomorrow, we have Jose Barrios in the bump for Toronto. The righty is 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA and 13 strikeouts. Then for the Red Sox, it's their ace Garrett Crochet back on the mound with one. He's 1-0 with a 1.38 ERA and 12 strikeouts. Obviously, coming off that amazing performance last week against Baltimore, where he went 8 innings.
We're pitching for the first time.
And, right.
First time Fenway Park.
Yeah, exactly. That
That's
is a
gonna be
great.
exciting.
It's going to be very exciting. The crowd will definitely be electric there.
Yeah.
And then the final 2 games of the series, it's Gausman versus Houck on Wednesday. Gausman's 1-1 with a 3.97 ERA. Houck's going off to a little bit of a slow start so far this season. He's 0-1 with a 6.52 ERA. And the finale of the series on Thursday, it's Chris Bassitt versus Walker Buehler. Bassitt is 1-0 with a 0.71 ERA and 16 strikeouts. Buehler so far is 1-1 with an 8.68 ERA. So take me through each of those pitching matchups.
I'm not okay. So for tonight, Lucas versus Fitz. I really liked how Fitz pitched against the Rangers. I really did, and the Rangers are a good ball club, but right now because of the Blue Jays been a little bit cold, I feel like Fitz could handle them pretty good. Like Fitz could like handle them, and hopefully he throws strikes and not walk them. But yeah, and about Lucas, he he had a rough 2024 last year. He pitched 1 game. He showed sign of progress, but I don't feel like he's gonna stop the offense. I don't feel like it. Right now we're too hot. Right now we're the Red Sox are really too hot. Like for just Lucas just to like shut them down. I feel like tonight we're gonna win, and I feel like Lucas is not gonna stand like the offense. I feel like he can't stop us right now. And with Fitz, hopefully he goes long and give us at least 6 innings for the bullpen. Yesterday was a double header, so those kind of hurt sometimes when you have the when you have to use your bullpen.
And and then what do you like out of the other matchups as well?
Game two is gonna be an interesting one. Jose Brios versus Garrett Crochet. It's gonna be really good. Um, Brios, he struggles against us. He really does. Over the years, you could check the numbers. He doesn't pitch good against the Red Sox. The Red Sox could hit him, even though he is a good starting pitcher. He's a great pitcher, but he can't pitch against us for some reason. He struggles against like the Red Sox. So I feel like the Red Sox are just gonna keep being positive, especially now with all the additions that they have done to that lineup. You get me? Um, I feel like there should be no reason for us to be even if we hit him last year, why not this year? That we're way better. We're Why not? You get me? So I feel like we're gonna smack him. I feel like he can't stand us, and maybe he could give us 4 or 5 innings. But we could he could also pitch a great game. So he's a really good pitcher. You never know what to expect from someone like him. But I'm gonna stick with us being positive and confident that we're gonna smack him because that's what we've been doing to him recently over the years. And with Garrett Crochet, I feel like he's gonna be pumped up, ready to go. I feel like he's probably wanna do even more better because it's his first start in Fenway Park, and he's gonna feel the crowd like in top of him. You get me supporting him, and he's gonna be something different because his first 2 starts has been away, and there's people booing him instead of cheering him on. So I can imagine how pumped up he's gonna be for tomorrow. I at least expect for him 7 innings. You got me, depending how the lineup is for the Blue Jays. But yeah, I feel like we're gonna win that game. And on Wednesday for game three, Kevin Gossman versus Tanner Houck. Kevin Gossman, we have positive results against him. Like we have hit really good off of him, but he has also shut us down. And when he's right and good, he could shut us down. But if he's not effective, we could we could really beat him offensively. So I feel like it could be a really good game, but it all depends in Tanner Houck. Tanner Houck gotta perform better and keep this game. Try to not let them score as much. Not let them score as much runs as they can. Try to keep as low as he can because it's gonna be a good game. It could be a really good game if Kevin Gossman is right, but if Tanner Houck is like not pitching well and giving Kevin Gossman more giving the Blue Jays the lead like by 4, then Kevin Gossman's gonna be really good and he's gonna feel even more confident with the lead. So I feel like we should definitely try to stay as close as we can with that game, and then with open we could get that win. But hopefully we could get that win. So for game four, Chris Bassett versus Walker Bueller, and I feel Chris Bassett has pitched good against us as well, but we have also smacked them. So I feel it also depends on Walker Bueller. He has shown a lot of positive innings with us, but he has like bad mistakes. You get me? Like some bad mistakes, but hopefully he learns from his mistakes that he have done from his last two outings and learn from them and pitch like pitch better and hopefully Walker Buehler could give us more innings. You get me? And he could start like rolling and if he could give us not let the Blue Jays score as many runs, maybe we could end up having like a close game, and we could take that victory. We could take that victory. I'm not, yeah. But for now, I feel like we gotta definitely try to pitch better, especially Tanner Houck and Walker Buehler, because they're the ones that have been struggling in the rotation recently.
All right, and now we'll wrap up the episode with going into our series predictions. I can give my predictions first. I'm not going to say we're going to sweep them because maybe I hope I learned my lesson from last time. I'd love it if we sweep them, but I'm going to say that the Red Sox win 3 of 4 games this series. I think we win tonight. I think we definitely win tomorrow night with Crochet, our ace on the mound. I think we can light up Barrios. Houck versus Gausman is a toss up, but obviously I'm going to go with Houck being able to win the pitching battle there, even though Gausman has been better to start the year.
Yeah.
I do not think, I hate to say this, but I do not trust Bueller yet. So I think if we were to lose a game in the series, it's going to be the finale. There's been a lot left to be desired with Bueller across his first 2 starts of the year. And at some point, I think he'll be able to turn around.
Yeah.
I hope he turns it around. Obviously, we're paying him $21 million this year. But yeah, I'm going with the safe bet again. I think the Red Sox will win 3 of 4 and stay hot.
I'm gonna go the same way as you. I feel like game one we're gonna take that victory. Game two as well, and game three. But what like you said, Walker Bueller, he doesn't seem there yet, and he we don't know what to expect from him in game four. But hopefully it's positive and we're wrong and we get a four. I would definitely take that, but we gotta be realistic. Sometimes I'm going 3-1. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that is going to do it for this series preview. This is another fun one, a nice little positive one. We will be back here sometime Thursday, probably after the series ends against the Blue Jays to preview the
Yeah.
next games for the Red Sox against the White Sox. But for now, we look ahead at these next 4 games, and hopefully the Red Sox can keep this 5 game winning streak going. Um, yeah, that's going to do it for me and for Lewis. If you like these videos, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe as well. We're going to keep trying to do these for every single series as much as we can. We're having fun doing these. Obviously, it helps when your favorite team is winning. It makes these a lot more fun to do. And yeah, we will talk to you guys again soon. Have a good day.